I found my wife's secret phone with 6 months of messages to my childhood best friend. So I quietly filed for divorce and got full custody, then did this at Thanksgiving dinner when she went silent. So I, male, 37, feel like I'm losing my wife, female, 36, and I don't know why. Throwaway because she follows my main account. So I've been married to Tamara for 11 years now. We have twins, Amy and Jacob, both 9, and I always thought we had a pretty solid marriage. Not perfect, obviously, who is, but stable, you know? But lately something just feels off. I can't really explain it. Like we're slowly becoming strangers, living in the same house. Some background, I guess. We met in college during this business communications class project that nobody wanted to do, lol. I was immediately drawn to her confidence. She's this person who gets noticed when she enters a room. I was this awkward computer science nerd who would rather code than talk to people. Still kind of am, to be honest. We were complete opposites, but somehow it worked. She made me more social, and I helped her appreciate quiet nights in. After graduation, I went on to do my master's while she jumped straight into marketing. Now I work as a software engineer at this tech company with flexible hours, which helps with the kids. Tamara has absolutely killed it in her career, though. She's a marketing executive now and makes almost as much as I do, despite starting her career like 2 years after me, which she likes to point out during arguments, lol. But lately, something feels different. It started maybe 6 months ago. Little things at first. She started working later hours. Her phone is with her all the time. She takes it everywhere now, even to the bathroom. She gets these texts that make her smile in this way. I haven't seen directed at me in years. When I ask about work, she gives these vague answers when she used to tell me all the office gossip. I tried talking to her about it last night. We were sitting on the couch after the kids went to bed. I had just finished loading the dishwasher while she was on her phone, as usual. I asked if we could talk about how we haven't really connected lately and if everything was okay. She just looked at me like I was annoying her. She told me she was tired from work and had a big project she's managing, but it felt like an excuse. We used to talk for hours about everything and nothing. Now our conversations are basically just about the kids' schedules and who's picking up milk. When was the last time we had an actual date night? I can't even remember. I love her. I've loved her since that stupid college project. We built this life together, but it feels like she's drifting away and I don't know why or how to stop it. I'm not the most observant guy. Tamara always jokes that I wouldn't notice if she dyed her hair blue, but even I can tell something's not right. Maybe it's just a phase. Maybe it's just work stress. Maybe it's something else. And no, I haven't snooped through her phone or anything. I respect her privacy, but God, I've been tempted lately, which makes me feel like a complete asshole because that's not the kind of relationship we've ever had. I'm not even sure what I'm asking here. I guess I just needed to get this off my chest. Edit. Holy crap, this blew up overnight. Thanks for all the responses. Edit 2. No, we haven't had the talk about our relationship. Every time I try to bring up anything serious, she either changes the subject or says she's too tired. And yeah, I realize that's probably a bad sign. Edit 3. To clarify, since so many are asking, I'm pretty sure she's not having a midlife crisis. She just turned 36 and seems perfectly happy with her age. She's always been confident about that stuff. Edit 4. A lot of you are jumping straight to, she's cheating, and while I appreciate the concern, I'm not ready to go there yet. We've been together 11 years. We have kids. I need to believe there's another explanation. Edit 5. For those asking about our intimacy, yeah, it's definitely decreased. We used to be pretty active, like 2 to 3 times a week, but now it's maybe once every couple weeks. And when it happens, it feels mechanical, like she's just going through the motions. I tried initiating last weekend, and she said she had a headache, which I know is a cliche, but it's not like her to use excuses. Now for the first update. So, a lot has happened since my last post. First off, thanks to everyone who commented and messaged me. I read every single comment, even though I couldn't respond to all of them. Things have been crazy. This is going to be long, sorry. I'm typing this at 1 a.m., and I'm running on maybe 3 hours of sleep. Turns out you guys were right. All those comments saying she's definitely cheating that I didn't want to believe. Yeah, spot on. God, I feel so stupid for being in denial. So here's what happened. After my post, I tried for like another week to talk to Tamara about our issues. Every single attempt was met with, I'm tired, or not now, or my personal favorite, you're overthinking things. Classic manipulation, as many of you pointed out. I was starting to think maybe I was just paranoid. Then last Tuesday, I got a text from her saying she had to go on an emergency overnight business trip to meet with some client. Something about their marketing campaign falling apart. Normally, I wouldn't think twice about it, but I don't know. Something felt off. The kids were staying at my parents' place that night because they had some school thing the next day that was closer to their house. I decided to surprise her at her office with lunch. I told myself it was to be supportive before her trip, but honestly, I was suspicious and just wanted to see her reaction. When I got there, her assistant looked super uncomfortable when I asked where Tamara was. She said she thought Tamara was working from home today. That's when I knew. I drove home feeling sick. I felt like I was gonna throw up. When I got there, Tamara's car was gone, but she had left her laptop open on the kitchen counter. I've never gone through her stuff before, but in that moment I had to know. I opened her email. It was already logged in, and searched for hotel confirmations. Found one from that morning for a hotel about 30 minutes away. Then I saw some emails between her and someone named Keith. They weren't even trying to be subtle, talking about how excited they were for their special night and how he'd make it worth the wait. There were other emails going back months. Apparently, Keith is some client from another company she's been working with. He's divorced. I found his LinkedIn. I don't know what came over me, but I drove to that hotel. I sat in the parking lot for like an hour debating what to do. Part of me wanted to storm in there and confront them. Another part just wanted proof, I guess. I ended up just noting down the time her car was there, took pictures, and then went home. When she came home the next day, acting completely normal, talking about her client meeting like nothing happened, I almost lost it. But I managed to keep my cool. I didn't confront her right away because I needed time to think, to plan. The next day, I called a divorce attorney. Best decision I've made. She's this woman named Diane, who doesn't sugarcoat anything. She told me to not confront Tamara yet and to gather as much evidence as possible. She also told me to start documenting everything. When Tamara is home, when she's with the kids, any money she spends. I've been taking her advice. I set up a separate bank account and moved half our savings into it. Diane said this was legal as long as I documented it. I've been keeping a detailed log of when Tamara is actually home versus working late. I've documented all the evidence of the affair. I've been extra involved with the kids' school stuff and activities, so there's a clear record of me being the consistent parent. Tamara has missed 3 of Jacob's soccer games in the last month because of work. The feeling in the house is awful. She knows something is off because I've stopped trying to talk about our problems. I've stopped initiating any affection. But she hasn't said anything. She's actually been extra nice lately, which is weird, like buying my favorite snacks or suggesting we watch shows I like. Too little, too late. I haven't told the kids anything. I'm trying to keep things as normal as possible for them. Amy asked me yesterday why Mommy and I don't hug anymore, and I almost broke down. How do you explain to a 9-year-old that Mommy is sleeping with some guy from work? Diane says I need to be strategic about when I officially file. We're building a case for primary custody based on Tamara's increasing absences and unpredictable schedule. I never thought I'd be in this position. Like, ever. I married Tamara thinking it was forever. 11 years. Gone. The worst part, sometimes I still find myself hoping there's some explanation, that maybe I misunderstood those emails, that maybe she'll break down and confess and beg for another chance. Pathetic, right? I'm meeting with Diane again tomorrow to go over financial stuff. Apparently in our state, adultery can impact alimony considerations. Tamara makes good money, but I make more, so that's something we have to consider. I don't even know what I'm feeling anymore. Angry, devastated, numb, all of it at once. I go from wanting to scream at her to wanting to break down sobbing to just feeling nothing. I'll update again when there's more to share. For now, I'm just taking it day by day. Edit. So many comments already. Thanks for the support. To clarify, no, I haven't confronted her yet. Diane strongly advised against it until we have everything in order, legally. I know it seems weird to just pretend everything is normal, but I'm trying to follow professional advice here. Edit 2. A lot of you are asking if I'm sure it's an affair and not just a work thing. Trust me, the emails were explicit, like describing things they've already done and things they want to do. Unless she's discussing some very unorthodox marketing strategies with this client, it's definitely an affair. Edit 3. For those suggesting I try to work it out, this isn't a one-time mistake. The emails go back at least 4 months. She's been lying to my face daily, taking our family time to be with him. I don't think I could ever trust her again, and honestly, I don't want to. Edit 4. To answer everyone asking about our prenup, we don't have one. We got married when we were both basically broke recent grads, so it never seemed necessary. Lesson learned, I guess. Now for the second update. So, it's been a few weeks since I found out about Tamara's affair and started talking to Diane, my lawyer. First, I want to thank everyone who commented on my last post. Honestly, wasn't expecting that many responses. I read all of them, even if I couldn't reply to each one. These last few weeks have been absolute hell. Like, I'm basically living a double life at this point. During the day, I'm acting normal, whatever that means anymore, for the kids, while secretly documenting everything for the divorce case. At night, I'm either meeting with Diane, looking at apartments, or just staring at the ceiling, wondering how the hell we got here. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep most nights, which probably explains why this post is going to be all over the place. The hardest part by far has been dealing with the kids' questions. Amy and Jacob keep asking why they can't stay with mommy like before, when I have work stuff to do. Before all this, I'd sometimes go to evening client meetings or work late, and they'd have special time with Tamara. But now, I just can't. The thought of leaving them alone with her while she texts that Keith guy makes me physically sick. So I've been making excuses about needing their help with projects or planning surprise movie nights or whatever. Amy asked me point blank yesterday why mommy and I don't kiss goodbye anymore. I froze, like completely froze. How do you answer that? She's 9, but sometimes she seems like she's going on 30 with how perceptive she is. I mumbled something about grown-ups sometimes going through complicated times, and she just gave me this look, like she knew I was bullshitting her. Kids always know. Jacob is less direct, but I can tell he senses something too. He's been extra clingy lately, won't let me out of my sight when we're home. Even asked if he could sleep in my bed the other night. I let him. We both needed it, to be honest. I keep thinking about my own parents' divorce when I was 12. My mom made me hate my dad by constantly telling me he abandoned us and didn't love me. I believed her for years. Then in college, I found out the truth. She kicked him out and blocked his attempts to see me regularly. She'd forget to tell me when he was coming or schedule things during his time. I promised myself I would never do that to my kids. No matter what. I don't care what Tamara did to me, she's still their mother. They love her, and I think she loves them in her own way, even if she's been a pretty absent parent lately. So I've been really careful about what I say. When they ask why mommy is working late again, I just say she has an important project, instead of she's probably with her boyfriend. When they ask why we seem mad at each other, I say grown-ups sometimes have disagreements instead of your mom has been lying to all of us for months. It's exhausting though, like so exhausting. Sometimes I just want to scream the truth, not to hurt them, but because holding everything in is slowly killing me. I started seeing a therapist. Her name is Melissa. Diane recommended her since she helps people through divorces. I've only had 3 sessions so far, but it's helping, I think. At least it gives me somewhere to dump all this rage and hurt. She keeps telling me I need to process my grief, but honestly, I don't have time to grieve right now. I'm too busy making sure the kids are okay and gathering evidence and trying to find us a place to live after all this blows up. Speaking of which, Thanksgiving is coming up and I have no idea what to do. We usually go to Tamara's parents' house, but yeah, that's not happening. They don't know about any of this yet. Diane says I shouldn't tell anyone until we're ready to file, so I'm stuck trying to figure out some excuse for why we're not going there this year without raising suspicion. My therapist suggested I plan something special with just me and the kids, but I don't want to rob them of family time either. And this is probably stupid, but part of me is still holding out hope that maybe Tamara will end the affair and we can work things out. I know it's pathetic. You don't need to tell me. Diane reminds me every time we meet that I need to stop thinking like that. Melissa says it's a normal part of grief, but I built my whole life around this woman and our family. 11 years. It's hard to just stop. I haven't confronted her yet, still gathering evidence, but I swear she knows something is up. She tried to initiate sex last night for the first time in like months. I made up some excuse about being tired, which wasn't even a lie. The look on her face was almost funny, like she couldn't believe I was turning her down. Welcome to my world for the past year, I guess. I don't even know what I'm asking for here. Just needed to vent, I guess. Everything feels like it's falling apart, and I'm desperately trying to hold the pieces together for the kids, at least until after the holidays. Edit. Thanks for all the supportive comments. To answer some questions, yes, I'm still collecting evidence. Diane has me forwarding all the emails I found, plus I've been keeping a detailed log of Tamara's absences and work trips that don't match her company's actual events. Edit 2. For those asking why I haven't confronted her yet, Diane has advised against it until we have everything in place legally. I know it seems weird to keep living like this, but I'm trying to follow professional advice. Plus, I don't want to blow everything up right before Thanksgiving when the kids are already sensing something's wrong.